now it is time to talk all things food, and to do that with us, joining us today is a familiar name in Dubai's culinary world, international food expert Dan Fahy, who knows the city's fine dining scene inside and out. Dan, thank you so much for being on the show.
It's great to see you. It's great to be back again.
When you describe to a child what would your dream job be, I'd say food expert. What does that entail exactly? And is it different to a food critic?
I guess I do quite a lot of things. It's quite a complicated one to describe in a small little segment because I used to be a magazine writer. I'm a content creator, which I feel like it's got a bit of...
You don't like the word? Would you prefer to be called an influencer?
I don't like it. I don't like it. But also, me and my wife have got an interior design business. She designs restaurants and bars, so I kind of work with her on that kind of stuff as well, and take photographs and do some consulting for restaurants as well, and do concierge services.
And you've been here a while, 10 years.
15 actually.
15 years. Have you seen the landscape, the culinary landscape change in the 15 years that you've been here?
It's been incredible. I mean, we've gone from sort of very much celebrity chefs pasting their name on the door of a restaurant and then leaving, to genuine homegrown concepts, which I absolutely love. You've got Solomon at Moonrise, you've got Himanshu at Tristan Studio, you've got Gregoire, what he was doing at Oceana, and now at Kraken. It's just, yeah, I'm so proud to be here.
It's insane having all these names that you've mentioned coming here, and like a lot of the home brands as well, winning Michelin stars and all of that. How do you see, is there any trends that are happening at the moment in Dubai that are some of the chefs focusing on, or places around here?
So there's a lot of collaborations going on.
Yeah.
Now I've got mixed feelings on collaborations because sometimes it's exciting if you get two chefs with contrasting styles that work closely together to create something unique, but sometimes it's just one of mine, one of yours, one of mine, one of yours. So I'm hoping we can kind of get past that and have some real collaboration happening again. But we see in restaurants now, especially Kraken, trying to use more local ingredients, which obviously, being in the desert, we're not blessed with the greatest climate for farming, and with a lot of construction going around, it's difficult with the marine life as well. So it's amazing to see restaurants like Kraken that I think it's something like 90% is all sourced locally, and I'm really excited to see more of that happening.
Dan, I gotta ask you, I'm a mom of 3. I don't think I've seen the inside of a fine dining restaurant in a while. So has there been a recent experience that's really stood out for you, that really wowed you completely?
So there's a new place in Business Bay called Girl and the Goose, and it's Nicaraguan cuisine.
Oh, nice.
I think I've pronounced that right, Nicaraguan.
I think you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's by a chef called Gabriella, who used to have a supper club called Girl and the Goose. And it's just super, super unique. I've never really tried anything quite like it in town. And I went, I think it was like a Wednesday night, where you don't expect it to be super busy, and the restaurant was absolutely packed. They were turning people away at the door, and I really genuinely think it's the best new place in town.
How is it unique though? Is it the food? Is it the ambiance?
I mean,
is it
where
the
have you had
presentation?
Nicaraguan food before?
That's true. That is true.
So there are kind of, you see similarities to sort of Mexican cuisine, a bit of Peruvian cuisine, but there's so many individual things that I've never seen before. And as somebody who goes out and eats a lot, it's always exciting to see something that you've never seen before, and I think that's what's so exciting about it.
Well, Dan, I want to ask a little bit about your history, because you're evidently from Yorkshire, which is very famous for the pudding.
Very true.
How did you get into fine dining, and what led you here to this nation?
So it's an unlikely story, because my parents are not foodies at all. I grew up in a very sort of typical northern household where we probably had the same kind of 10 meals recycled over our entire childhood.
Put a bit of gravy on it.
There we go. A bit of gravy on it. Yep, some bangers and mash, things like that.
Beautiful.
But when I kind of got my first job and started making money and met my wife, I needed to sort of try and impress her, and it was the first time I'd really been to restaurants. Like, it was never a thing within my family going to restaurants. So we just started going to nice restaurants, and kind of as I progressed in my career, could go to slightly nicer ones, and we're in a situation where I'm kind of 38 and don't have any kids, so it's just me and my wife, and we just like to travel and go around the world and try find the best restaurants that we possibly can.
See, now that you've been trying a lot of restaurants, what would make a restaurant a fine dining restaurant? There's a lot of elements that come into it. Now, it's not just food. People are looking for different elements as well. Like, what are some of the things that you can tell us?
So I think plating is a massive part of it.
Yeah.
Now, I think because I've done so many fine dining places, I'm kind of a little bit over the fancy plating, and I'm more about the flavour now. But for everyone else who doesn't go to sort of 30, 40 Michelin star restaurants a year, it's just incredible that first time you get a plate of food that comes, and you just want to get your phone out. It's like a work of art, and obviously it needs to taste nice as well. But it's just, there's just so much kind of excitement seeing somebody who's not really been part of that environment before to come into it and see something presented in a certain way. And it's sad because I kind of have lost that magic a little bit, but I love to bring people to restaurants that they would usually feel uncomfortable about spending that much money on.
True.
And bringing them and getting to see sort of like a little part of my world and what I love, and it's just great to see people's faces light up and see something so
Do you think
incredible.
sustainability is playing a role as well in people going to these restaurants? Because it's a big thing and they want to know where the produce is coming from. They want to cut down on like maybe ways of travel for the produce to come. So people are also looking into these things. How is that playing?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a couple of restaurants here, Lowy and Boca, that do this really well. They've both got green Michelin stars, which is quite a huge achievement. But it's difficult over here. It's very, very difficult because a lot of ingredients have to be imported, and with fine dining restaurants, a lot of it's to do with the quality of ingredients as well. If people are paying 1,500 dirhams for a meal, they want A5 Wagyu that's come off the plane from Japan. They want the finest seafood. They want the finest caviar. So it becomes very, very difficult to be really high-end fine dining and keeping this ethos. But Boca do amazing things like get all their staff to work in a green way and very conscious about what they waste. And I think in the UAE, I think that's a big element of it, just trying to cut down on food waste. And one of the guests that we've got later at Maya Bay, they do a great job of doing a brunch where it's all a la carte, so you've not got buffets that are just getting thrown away at the end of the shift. And I love to see this, and I want to see more and more restaurants kind of going down this path.
Dan, you've mentioned a lot of things that are being done right in restaurants nowadays. And congratulations, by the way, on the consultancy. Now, since you've shifted from featuring restaurants to actually being a consultant for them, what is the one piece of advice that you normally give them? That one golden nugget that you'd often share?
I think a lot of places that I see kind of see service as something that's in the background, and it's more about sort of other expensive things. And I truly believe that great service in a restaurant can turn an average experience into a great experience. And I've been to restaurants before where I've not even really enjoyed the food, but the service has been that great and the ambience has been that great and the design's been that great. I've wanted to come back. And I think instead of just trying to sort of spend all this money on getting the best ingredients in and forgetting about paying staff great wages and training them. I think training staff as well, this is something that just gets forgotten about as well, and really just train staff, let them go to other restaurants and see how the best restaurants in the country do it, and you can really learn a lot from it.
Advice for people who want to explore fine dining restaurants. How do you know if it's going to be good? Have you noticed any warning signs? When is it all flash? When is it actually flavorful? Just because it's in DIFC and costs a lot doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be good, does it?
Yeah, exactly. So I find the Michelin guides to be pretty good. Now, there are a few restaurants in there for the UAE that I do question, but there are places like the fine dining subreddit that you can kind of get real hot takes on certain restaurants. I think looking through things like Google reviews as well. I mean, the great thing about this fine dining scene in Dubai is that we've got a lot of diversity. So we've got the world's best Indian restaurant in Tresson Studio. We've got something like Moonrise that's more showcasing sort of local flavours and third culture kind of dining. You've got places like Franzen and Rouen 45, sorry, it's just that absolute top of the range, opulent, world's best ingredients, world's best everything just thrown at you. So do your research, have a look at the menus for each place, and you're bound to find something that you'll truly love if
I totally agree with
if that's
you
what
on
you're
that.
looking for.
Yeah,